Professor HT Theater, I was doing some measurements in my theater, and what I'm standing by is an Atlantic Tech 8200 pedestal speaker. This is a front channel speaker. I'm going to take the speaker grill off. These are done by magnets. Pretty cool, huh? And we're going to put this on the ground. And what we got here is these big subwoofers, big woofers right here in tweeters. And you have these directionals. This is one honking speaker, and it puts out some sound. Now what they have is these black pedestals that you can put them on, or you can build them in a cabinet, or just use the pedestal. They used to do pedestal subwoofers, which I have in here, but now they do just a box woofer you can buy with it, which is a big, huge subwoofer that would go with this set. And it's better sound actually to have a box woofer versus pedestal subwoofers. I'm going to stick this back on, and there's the name Atlantic Tech on the bottom. And Atlantic Technology is one of the founder, Pete Timmerman, who started Atlantic Technology. Actually, was the first guy really to get into movie theater 5.1 surround sound for the home. And he was building and engineering speakers around home theater way before any other speaker company. And that's why his speakers really sound well in home theater. And if you look at this center channel down here on the floor, this is one big center channel. And it's got your the woofers and the tweeters down on the ground. Knees hurt a little, but I can handle it. This is the Atlantic Tech Center. And the center in a home theater does most of the work. It does the dialogue, most of the dialogue, and that's most of the things you're gonna want a robust center channel. And this thing is about a foot high and roughly about 2 feet wide. And you've got some serious engineering. This thing's heavy. Comes with a little stand on the bottom, and you basically have these magnetic grills. You stick them right on there like this. Very easy. So it protects them from anybody. Say some kids playing rug hockey down here, which I know a few kids that have done that. And it hits there and it protects the grills. So here's the right, you could call it the left or the right, depends how you look at it. But this, if you're sitting down, is your left standing speaker. So you got, basically when you talk about home theater, you're talking about 5.1 or 7.1. In this case, I have a 5.1 theater. These things, we're gonna turn these babies on and we're gonna crank them. I hope we don't blow today in speakers because I don't want to blow up my house. Anyhow, we're going to go over to the back channel speakers. My trusty assistant rug hockey player is going to show me, and I happen to have a footstool over here. I'm going to get up here, and this is your back surround speaker. This thing is, have you ever seen a back surround speaker this big? This is from the 8200 series. Look at this baby. You got, it's called a bipole dipole, because on this side is the same as this side. And maybe we can get a better shot of that, but we have it set to dipole. There's a little switch here, and we're going to show that to you. Whoa, geez, I got to use the step ladder a little better. Almost friggin' caused a hernia operation to be coming on me. Professor HT, I'm going to do is put this back on the speaker grill. And it's very easy because they're just magnets. What I should mention about Atlantic Tech, these surrounds should always be set to dipole when they're on the sides. And the Atlantic Tech is a THX system. What does THX mean? The THX is basically a standard, and THX was developed out of the George Lucas film studios that produced Star Wars. And a THX rated speaker basically enables the sound guys that did the movie to make sure they get their sound reproduced in a quality environment, whether it be a movie theater or a home theater, or basically any type of venue you're going to replay these theaters. Buy speakers without the THX rating, but you're not going to be ensured that the speaker will reproduce what the director and the sound guys wanted you to hear. So when you see a THX, that's a seal of approval for you basically to say, hey, I'm getting the best in the business, the best speakers I can get for my money. And THX is basically the standard speaker you want to put in your home theater. Nothing less than that, really. Professor HT Theater talking about THX and Atlantic Tech. I'm going to show you the other surround speaker in my room too. Same speaker, it's diametrically basically opposed across the room from the other speaker. So we've got a 5.1 setup, and these are directly behind the listening area. When you're designing a home theater, you want to make sure your speaker placement in the rear surrounds are basically in between either the rows or just behind the first row of seats. In this case, we have a 5.1 system, which works well for a one-row theater seating, and you put it just directly behind the seats. If you have a second row of seats, you would basically put the other speakers right behind the next row. So then you have a 7.1 system. Professor HT Theater, what I'm doing is standing basically in the middle of my screen. And what I'm going to show you is when you got your left center, your right channel, your left channel, and your center channel. So this is your 5.1 setup, and this thing can put out some sound. Professor HT Theater, we've got the Amadeus Director's Cut. I'm going to play a little bit of the music from it. I'm going to really make it loud.
It was astounding. I saw a woman disguised in her maid's clothes. Hear her husband speak the first tender words he has offered her in years, simply because he thinks she is someone else. I heard the music of true forgiveness filling the...
Hi, it's Professor HT Theater. What we're looking at is the Batman Dark Knight. This is a good demo for speaker demo. I'm gonna go turn it up a little.
Three of a kind, let's do this.
That's it. 3 guys.
2 guys on the roof. Every guy gets a share, 5
Like
shares.
it loud, you can turn it up with a THX 8200.
He thinks he can sit it out and still take a slice. I know why they call him the Joker.
Really realistic gunshot. The helicopter. Welcome to Hong Kong, Mr. Fox.
I just want my phone call.
Just one phone call, please.
Man, we're gonna have to move him now.
These are one hot set of speakers. Dark Knight is probably the best one you could do with the THX 8200 Atlantic. There's no better demo than the Dark Knight, but any movie you can put in your DVD player or on Comcast, you're gonna get a great reproduction of the sound. Better than most movie theaters you can get in any movie theater, really. The 8200 system.